The Earthquake Brace and Bolt Program, EBB, will provide up to $3,000 for seismic retrofits to homes constructed before 1979 that have a raised wood first floor supported by stem walls or short stud walls called cripple walls. The EBB retrofit must be in accordance with Chapter A3 or an approved plan set. Older houses constructed before modern seismic codes may have conditions that make them vulnerable to earthquake damage. Conditions that are known to cause serious structural damage are unbolted and unbraced cripple wall or stem wall foundations. Cripple walls and stem walls are the walls that surround the crawlspace under the house. Older homes with raised, wood-framed floors typically lack sufficient earthquake bracing and bolting under the first floor. Houses that are not bolted tend to slide or topple off of their foundations in earthquakes. With strong earthquake shaking, cripple walls allow the house to move excessively and may topple off of the foundation. To determine if your house has a slab-on-grade, cripple wall, or stem wall foundation, look at the lower part of your outside walls. Houses built on concrete slab-on-grade foundations do not qualify for EBB. Slab-on-grade houses were typically bolted to the foundation when they were built. Houses that qualify for EBB have raised, wood-framed first floors and either require bracing and bolting or only bolting. Both cripple wall and stem wall houses that qualify for EBB have raised, wood-framed first floor construction. This does not mean an interior wood floor. To determine if your house has wood frame construction, you or a contractor must look under the house in the crawlspace area. Stem wall houses will have a crawlspace under the first floor. Stem wall houses have wood-framed floor joists and beams supported directly on the concrete perimeter foundation and will require a bolt-only retrofit. Cripple wall houses will typically have 5 to 6 steps leading up to the first floor. Cripple wall houses have short wood stud walls surrounding the crawlspace under the floor. These short stud walls are called cripple walls. The cripple walls are supported on the concrete perimeter foundation. Cripple wall houses require a bolt and brace retrofit. To determine if a house has a cripple wall or stem wall, you have to access the crawlspace under the first floor. The crawlspace is typically accessed from outside the house through an opening below the first floor. However, sometimes the opening is found inside the house in the floor of a closet. The qualifying cripple wall house has a wood-framed first floor supported by short wood studs at the perimeter and on beams and piers at the interior. No work is required at these interior beams and piers. The perimeter cripple walls are supported on a continuous concrete or masonry foundation. Houses with cripple walls greater than 4 feet tall require a retrofit designed by an engineer. To install foundation anchor bolts, new blocking is placed between 2 studs at the location of the new anchor. A hole is then drilled through the block and into the foundation. The hole is then cleaned thoroughly. Next, an adhesive or epoxy anchor is installed. The adhesive is inserted into a clean hole in accordance with the manufacturer's recommendation. A threaded rod is inserted into the fresh adhesive. A plate washer is installed and is secured with a nut. Expansion or wedge anchors may also be required. Required anchor size and spacing is specified in Chapter A3 and the standard plan sets. The retrofit also requires installation of new plywood or OSB sheathing on the inside of the cripple wall. The sheathing must be continuous from the mudsill to the top of the cripple wall. Sheathing size and length is specified in Chapter A3 and the standard plan sets. The sheathing has vent holes and is nailed in accordance with the code. Finally, most Chapter A3 retrofits require installation of new framing clips at the top of the cripple wall. For houses with a stem wall foundation or short cripple walls, there may not be enough room to drill a vertical hole into the foundation. Foundation plates approved by the building official can be installed between the mudsill and the foundation in lieu of anchor bolts. Houses with cripple walls taller than 4 feet require a retrofit designed by an engineer. Houses with large openings in the walls at the lowest level may also require an engineered retrofit design. Like the cripple wall retrofit, an engineered solution may include new anchor bolts, foundation plates, and plywood sheathing. The problem with large door openings is there is often not enough length of wall on each side of the door. When walls are wide enough, they may be retrofitted with plywood sheathing for the engineered design, but they also may require additional elements such as hold-downs. Hold-downs are metal brackets that are bolted to the foundation and attached to wood studs or posts at the end of the walls. Another option for retrofitting walls with large openings is to add prefabricated elements such as metal wall panels. Steel columns or steel frames are also used to retrofit narrow walls, such as the walls on either side of this garage door. Steel columns and steel frames often require new concrete foundations along the length of the wall. These are all examples of engineered retrofit solutions that qualify for EBB. Additional information can be found at earthquakebracebolt.com.